Hello guys, welcome to our programming tips. In this chapter 2 of dplyr package, we will learn about filter function. So if you have not installed the package, you can still install the package by making use of install.packages. dplyr dependencies is equal to true, and we will load the package. This time we're going to make use of require function to load the dplyr package. Let's upload the data by making use of read.csv function. So now I have also uploaded my dataset. We can see the dataset, and you can see that there are 777 entries in this dataset. We have a couple of variables here. Most of them are numeric datasets except the college name and the private, which is a categorical variable here. Now let's check all the names, how many variables we have. We have some 16, 17, 18, 19 different variables here. So we will filter the data set by rows. In the chapter 1, we learned how to subset the data by making by columns. Okay, so we use select statement to subset the data by selecting certain columns or dropping certain columns. You can do that by either providing the row, the column index, or the uh, name of the column itself. Okay, so filter function is pretty simple. You need to write filter and then you say college, your dataset name, and your condition here. So my condition is that the private variable should be equal to no. If I run this and if I view the dataset, I should see private all no. So you can see all the privates here are no, and I have subset my rows, and I'm only selecting those rows wherein the private is equal to no. Okay, you can provide multiple conditions by separating the conditions by comma. So I'm separating, if I want private is equal to no, but I also want grad rate to be greater than 50, I'm separating that by comma. So if I see the data set again, you will see earlier it was 212 entries, now we have 138 entries, and grad rate is all greater than 50. Yes, now whenever you provide comma, that condition is separated by an and. Okay, between, so if you provide 2-3 conditions and you separate them by comma, the comma represents and statement, okay, or and boolean expression. So you can either write comma or you can say and. It will result into the same output. So you can see 138 entries. It's exactly the same output which we got from the previous statement when we run, or previous command when we run. Filter function is very flexible because you can use n number of conditions you can be passed through it just by providing comma in between. So you can see that I have provided 1, 2, 3, 4 different conditions here, and if I run the data, the statement again, and view the data set, you see we have just 27 entries which follow all the 4 conditions which we have mentioned here. That is, private should be no, the grad rate should be greater than 50, the terminal should be less than 78, PhD should be greater than 50. Okay, now it's not always you're gonna use and statement. Sometimes you will require or statement to be run. So if you want to use an or statement, you have to provide the symbol simple, and then you can, I'm here saying not equal to no. That is what this means, that I'm looking for private colleges wherein private is equal to yes, because there are just 2 options here within 2 levels for private. One is yes and one is no. And grad dot rate should be greater than 50 and PhD should be greater than 70. We can view the data set, and you can see that there are 423 such entries which meet the condition which we are looking forward to. Okay, now the filter function is doing the same thing which is giving you the same result which you get when you use square brackets if you are making use of basic R functionality. So in that case, but the only problem when you do so making use of square bracket, is that you have to follow data.variable name format. Okay, so each time you call a variable, you have to write the dataset name and mention and use a $sign to mention that variable, that this variable belongs to this particular data set. Okay, so I'm gonna use the same statement, college $private is equal to no, and college $grad rate should be greater than 50. Now you see that it's very verbose. We are repeating the same data set name and the dollar again and again. If I have to write 10 different or 4 different conditions, then I have to have unnecessary written college dollar many times. Okay, if you're comfortable doing that, that's okay, fine. But you can see that we got a result wherein we have 138 entries. However, using filter function can reduce your typing, whatever you're typing, to a very good level. You can see college, private is equal to no, and grad is greater than 50, and we have got the same results here. Let me just run the view here. So you can see we have exactly got the same results, 138 entries. Yes, so I hope using filter function makes more sense when you are instead of using square brackets, because if you are using many conditions, then I will prefer using filter function over the square brackets. Okay, now sometimes you might not want to provide a condition to have certain observations in your data set, or maybe you just want to view your data set. Let's say you want to view first 20 rows or first 10 rows of your data set, so you're not providing any conditions, you just want to see the first 20 rows. To do so, you can use a function called slice from the same package, that is dplyr package we are talking here. So you can use slice and you can provide the data set name, and you can mention the number of rows which you are looking at. So I'm looking at first 20 rows. You can run this, and when you will view, you can see that we have first 20 rows in the new data set which we have named as college underscore 20. Okay, so this is all about filter function and the slice function in chapter 2 from dplyr package. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Happy learning.